Okay, well, welcome everybody. This is very exciting because this is our first in-person conference. I'm Mark Bowick. I'm Deputy Director here at the KITP. This is our first in-person conference since the beginning of the lockdown for COVID-19. We've been running in-person programs since July, and at the moment it's like 50% capacity because of half our participants in programs are typically from Europe and they haven't been able to get here, but from November on we hope that they will be able to and we'll be back to full strength. We always like to ask how many people here is it the first time in Cone Hall? Yeah. See, it's usually about half, so that's what we like to have. Just a note that KITP program proposals are due basically in the fall, something like November, end of October, and they come in as pre-proposals and we work with you to develop them into full proposals in conjunction with the advisory board, which is like 20 people who advise us, and then the final programs are evaluated in early February when there's an advisory board meeting. So we run 10 to 12 programs a year, and they go from like 6 weeks to 13, 14 weeks. So please talk to Lars Bilston, the director, to me, to members of the advisory board you can find listed on the KITP web pages, and send us proposals. I would like to thank the NSF for supporting this conference. Everything here is recorded unless the speaker specifically opts out, so let us know about that. Please use that microphone or the handheld microphone that goes around for questions. And it would be great if you could identify yourself and your affiliation, particularly for younger people who might not know everybody. That's great. One of our traditions here, one of our few rules, is that all the talks are, X minutes plus X over 2 minutes for discussion. So in your case, 20 plus 10 or 30 plus 15. So really like to keep to that schedule, and the chair of each session will be responsible for that. So you will set the example for this morning, and how everything works will depend on how well he does this morning. The talks will be downloaded online, so instructions on the KITP packet, speaker packets, and they were emailed also by Doug Erdley. So if you have any questions, see Doug. The staff, our great staff over here, will be wearing name tags. So Claudia, who's responsible for the organization for this conference, is there. And Craig and Alina, who's not here, have done all the IT work for this conference. So please see them about any issues associated with that. Wireless access is available. We're suggesting Eduroam up there. Let us know if there's any problems. And there's a computer room upstairs you can also use. There are bathrooms out there, and there's a code of conduct out there also. During the breaks, please wear your name tags, because that will tell us that you can have access to the dinners and lunches outside. And there are composting instructions out there as well. There's parking available in lot 10, that lot right over there on the top floor. You can get a daily pass from the kiosk there. Well, you know how to get in now. You have to show proof of vaccination at the door there, and the building is locked, and you're required to wear masks all the time inside. If you plan to bring family or a partner to the dinners, please let Claudia know right away, so we have accurate numbers for giving catering. The shuttle will leave promptly after the end of dinners each day, and if you need one earlier, you can call the hotel. And there's a sign-up seat at the registration desk for those who need a shuttle for leaving to the airport or the Airbus or Amtrak, which will be mostly Thursday. Please turn off your cell phones as usual. And I think that's about it. So we have a few minutes. Any questions? Yeah. Okay, for teaching, yes. There are facilities on the second floor for remote teaching, and Craig can tell you about that, or I can show you where it is. Yeah. Good question. Okay, so I will pass it to Jorg and let him decide when we start. Okay? All right. Welcome, everybody. I'm sure it's going to be a great conference.
So, yeah. Yeah, so welcome, everybody. Do you hear me? Can you hear me, or does that work? Okay. I see Sebastian there. That's good. So I think let's wait for another minute or two until